Welcome back to Woodsley Bees. Again, happy that I got my new microphone that's right here. The bees can't actually get to the dark fluffy part that I guess they attack because it's inside my veil. I know a lot of people have problems with the bees attacking the microphone because it's dark and fuzzy like one of their predators. So today's plan, it's 3 o'clock, April 27th. And I've got a plan. I want to get into hive number 1. I did a Demaree split. I think it was Monday, maybe Tuesday. But by now, only one half of that should have fresh eggs in it. The half that's got the queen in. Now, I don't know which half had the queen in it. So we're going to hopefully find out today. Now, the other half now know they're queenless. They know they've been queenless pretty much all week, so now they should be making queen cells. Now there's a chance they could be making swarm cells in the other half with the queen. I don't know, because super populated, a ton of bees in there. At least there was last week. I'm assuming it's still good. They're busy coming and going from both hives. This hive actually has a bit of an issue with small hive beetles. I'm not going to get into them today though. They've been dropping the little maggots onto the bottom through the open bottom onto the board underneath, and they're collecting on that, and I keep feeding them to the goldfish actually, or putting them on the concrete to dry out in the sunshine. Sounds cruel, but that's just the way it is. So what I'm going to do now, it's a tall hive. This one here only has a feeder in it, which I'm thinking we're not going to use anymore. I don't want to feed my bees all summer and have fake honey. So that's probably going to come off today. And then we got the two halves with the Demaree split, the double screen board right here. So let's get into this hive and see how things are. The bees on the backside are entering and exiting. There's a lady right here. There's bees on the backside entering and exiting the new rear entrance. So depending on what I do today, I may have to leave the back entrance open for the bees to find where they got to go. It really depends what I'm doing here. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself actually. I want to see if I can find queen cells and eggs. That's my first objective. Do I separate it today? I don't know. I tried this last year and I kind of was a little bit intimidated, and I left it too long, and one half of it swarmed, and I don't even know which half. I believe they took a virgin queen and they went up into the tree next door, which was 15 feet high. I managed to capture that swarm, put it in a box, and I had it here in front of me, and they survived throughout the summer, but they didn't make it through the winter, so that was unfortunate. But it's a learning experience, and they had food. And I think it was probably due to my mite protection, or my mite treatment plan was not very good last year. This year, I'm kind of on it a little bit better. I've got that new treatment gun, which I find is better than what I was trying to use before. The old one kept falling apart on me. Anyway, let's not talk anymore. Let's get into this. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I've actually got two of these straps because it was too big for just the one strap. So I have a brick in the back that I can stand on. No matter what I do in the back of this hive, I'm in their flight path. So I'll try and stick to the side if I can. I'm going to lay this lid on the floor between the two hives. And then remove this. There's actually still sugar water that they haven't taken, which is fine because honestly, I don't think they really need it. So I'm going to take that off. Put that to one side, and I can actually, can I? Stand on a brick here and have a look at the top. What do I see? I can't really see anything. See if I can separate this. There's a decent amount of bees up here, not as busy as it was last week, but again, half the bees now. So there's some bees on the lid. The queen is not there, so that's good. Knock them off. Haven't used any smoke yet. I do have some smoke here. We can give them a little bit, just to let them know we're here. Hide their pheromones. I don't want to get them too excited. Oh, it's glued together pretty good. It's my homemade shim, which is good for putting food under and such, which they have been taking. Now, let's just see if there's any beetles under there. No beetles. Oil trap. Clean oil in it still. So they haven't, no beetles have been up here to get into that. Now this feeder is just about empty. Now I don't mind giving them another one. If they want it, I don't mind for them to feed on. Have no problem with that. Now what I'm going to do, there's no oil trap. I'm going to take this top box, tip it up on its side, and we'll have a good look in it. So where's a good spot to put that? I think if I put that there, I can put that box right up on top of there. I'll crack it and put some smoke in there. Okay, that's cracked. A little bit of smoke under the hood. That's fairly light, but this was a box that basically had nothing in it. It had frames of waxed foundation, so I don't really expect to find too much on here. Okay, so as you can see, there's some burr comb that they've put in there. I don't see any eggs. Hang on a minute, let's have a look. It almost looks like a couple of queen cups that they're making. No eggs in them. So it's a good chance maybe the queen is below, but we're going to get a better look in a minute. There's not too many bees up here. What I could do is lay this one down upright, and we could have a look in here to see if there's any eggs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the top box, and I'm going to put the top box on here, because then it's lower and it's easier for me to work on. Or should I say the bottom box? The bottom box. If I can get it, this one will be heavier. Okay, yep. And there's beetles in there. One, two, three, four beetles. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, this is the bottom box of the top half of this Demaree split, or at least I'm going to call it a Demaree split as best I know it. They were split with a double screen board, nothing on those two outside frames. Now this would have had brood in it for sure, and hopefully it would have had eggs in it. If I don't see eggs and I don't see a queen cell, then I'm going to have to give them some eggs. Right here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full frames of bees. This is honey. There's a beetle there. Oh, there's a whole bunch of beetles. Those damn things, I tell you. Can't stand them. There's a few beetles there. I just killed all of those. That's all honey. That's all nectar. Don't expect to find the queen there. Or no eggs, so there'll be no queen cell there. Okay, what do we have here? We have cap brood. Looks like a drone cell there. Queen cells. Okay, so at the top here, we have 2 or 3 queen cells. So the queen is not in here. I believe she's not in here. She'll be in the bottom box, I hope. So they're at the top of the frame. So they are emergency cells. There's 1 down the bottom, which is 2 down the bottom here, which kind of look like a swarm. Actually, there's 2 more here. None of them are capped yet. They have larvae in them. So what would you guys do? That's the question. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the bottom. 3 near the top. Okay, so let's remember that and see what else we've got going on here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4th frame in, we have what look like to me emergency cells near the top and what look like a couple of swarm cells down at the bottom. But it could be just the fact that those were the only cells that were viable, the only eggs viable to make a queen from. But they're doing what they're meant to do, and I don't have any queens available. If I had queens available, then I could remove all of those queen cells and then give them a queen. There is 1 here that's capped. There's a queen cell up here that's capped. And brood, drone brood and worker brood. I'm seeing the 1 queen cell on this frame, on this side. What about the other side? Yeah, not swarm cells. Not swarm cells. I almost feel like what I should do is knock off those lower queen cells. I'm not seeing eggs, so there's no sign of a queen up here in this box. There's drone brood at the bottom, worker brood, lots of worker brood. So they have a bunch of brood that will emerge in the coming days or week or 2. So those 2 frames there, they seem pretty calm, which is interesting because, you know, you'd think they'd be a little bit more agitated without having their own queen. See if I can pick this one up. Haven't really used a lot of smoke on these girls. What do we have here? I'm expecting to see something here as well. So it looks like, yeah, there's a queen, 2 queen cells down the bottom that are both charged. They have a larvae in them, and possibly 2 emergency cells up near the top by my thumb. Five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right by my thumb here. They're all charged. There is larvae and open brood. I'm not seeing eggs though. So there is, what's on this side? Did I look here already? There's a queen cell up here. Looks like a fairly small one. But a queen cell nonetheless. Okay, so what do I do? This is kind of where I'm lacking experience. I'll be honest with you. And this is where you guys can make a comment. Help me out, guys. I've seen guys open up queen cells, capped queen cells, assuming that they are ready to emerge. Maybe I could take a queen cell, cut it out, and put it into a queen cage once it's capped, because they're not feeding it anymore. It's now capped, it's growing. If I can cut that out of the frame, maybe then I could put that in a cage so it can't leave. And then when it emerges, hopefully, I believe they will attend it. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, stuff happening on all 4 frames. Basically, geez, I'd hate to kill swarm cells, but I'm thinking I might knock off those 2 bottom swarm cells. I might look at these 4 frames again real quick and eliminate swarm cells just so they have emergency cells. Now it would be the queen. What I could do is I could move these 2 boxes down and move the box with the queen in it. I think that's what I'm going to do. Then all the foragers that are out from the bottom box will then go into this box. The bottom box should already have a laying queen with lots of brood and new eggs and everything else. There's a drone there. Look at that big drone. I think that's what I need to do. So let's go back here. Because people will say, oh, just leave 2 or 3 cells. You don't want to leave a ton. And if they're on the bottom, then they're swarm cells. I don't want these girls swarming. Although I don't think they will swarm, because they've got lots of space. But you know what? I'm not going to take that risk. If a queen comes out of one of these cells, I'm going to be really upset if they then swarm. Okay, those bottom ones are no more. The swarm cells are no more. We're going to go back and look at the other ones again, just to double check, because I always forget what I saw. You go through this so fast. No queen cells down there. No queen cells down there. Possibly those 2. Nothing I need to worry about there. Let's have a quick look at this one. 2 more frames to look at once again, just to double check. I'm looking at the bottom. See, there's 2 there, but there's a whole bunch at the top. So I'm removing those 2 potential swarm cells. These ones up here, emergency cells, which they need. I might come back in a few days and cage some of those. Give them a chance to mature a little bit more. 16 days. See, there's one in the middle there. I don't think that's charged. Nothing there. So, okay, so we are good there. Like, for now. We're good for now. Okay, so I got 1 frame to put in. I'm just gonna push that over and bring this one and put it in there. So I know that these girls do not have a queen. That box does. Let's go check that out. All right, so we're now going to look in the bottom box. Looks like a lot more bees in this box. All I need to see is, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident here. Right here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames of bees. Pretty confident that this box has got the queen in it. I feel like I need to look at the bottom of this to see if I see swarm cells. Okay, let's put a brick here, and I'm going to lift this. Okay, that's not too heavy. There's no oil trap on there. There is a lot of bees in this hive. This half of the hive has got the majority of the bees. So if I now put the top one down here, then all of the foragers that are out right now will return to the hive that has less bees in it. This is packed. This is chock-a-block. This is really solid with bees. So this is all honey on the side I'm looking at, and the side you're looking at doesn't have a whole lot going on. No eggs. All honey on this side. Okay, now we're going to just scoot a couple of frames over. I don't really want to look at the outside frames too much. I want to find eggs. If I find the queen, maybe I'll look at this one. They're building comb on this one, on both sides. Yep, let's give them a little bit of smoke. Smoke them down just a bit. Was it my imagination, or did I just see the queen here? It was my imagination, I think. Sometimes you think you see something and you just... Okay, so the next frame has got brood on it. It's funny because the top box, which is queenless, was calmer than this box. Although, maybe the queen is in the box I just took off. Let's have a look at this. Now I'm looking for, yes, there's eggs in here. So she is definitely in this bottom section. Bottom section. There's a queen cup, not charged. Let's just get rid of this. I don't want any potential queen cells because I don't need them. I don't need them to swarm on me. Because they could still decide to swarm, and if they have capped queen cells at the bottom, which I'm not seeing, I'm seeing brood. I'm seeing like 2 or 3 day old larvae in here. I'm not sure how good you can see that, but there's 2 and 3 day old larvae in there. Drone brood, lots and lots of larvae. So yeah, I know where the queen is. I haven't seen her. This is still a learning process for me, like I said. But every year you learn some new stuff, and I watch a ton of guys on YouTube. Now I'm getting into, away from the brood, I'm getting into the food and the resources. So she wouldn't even be on this frame, the queen. So she could be in the top box. Although I don't really need to find her. It's always nice to see her. Just have another quick look around, see if I can find her. I'm pretty good at finding the queen. There, I see lots of drones. You guys can tell the difference between a drone and the queen. The drones are fatter, the queen is longer. She's not on this frame. I'm thinking she's in the top box. So, right, let's close this up. Put this frame of honey back in there. And now, let's have a look at this bottom box here. Okay, so I know she's in here. I see a couple of cells there that I don't really want. Burr comb. I think I'm going to remove all of the burr comb. Which includes any potential, yuck, yeah, any potential queen cells. Now I'm going to put this up on top. All right, so let's have a quick look in here. I have bees on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames. So there is a lot of bees in here. But what's going to happen is I'm going to move this, and any foragers that are out right now are going to go back into the other hive, which is great. That's going to be good for them. They were still sharing the same pheromones because it's a double screen. The pheromones go through the double screen. Oh. A little bit of smoke, I think, is in order here. Yeah. They're pretty excited. Lots of eggs here. Oh, she could be on this frame. There she is. There's my queen. So I'm going to capture her and put a mark on her. Okay, so she is on this frame. I have to find her again. She probably ran around the other side. I do know she's very good at hiding. There she is. I've lost her again. Come on, where is she gone? There she is. Oh, she climbed out. Come on, girl. Nope. Come on. Right, I've got her. That was stressful. Okay, she is in here with one other bee. So I'm going to put her down on the cage and get a marker pen. Alright, so I got a yellow marker pen just because I'm not really too worried about what year she is, as long as I know. Okay, I'm going to just push up gently on this. Okay, and she is marked. Give her a minute to dry off. All right, gonna give her just a few minutes to dry off because I haven't had much luck in the past with marking a queen and having that mark stay there. The other bees will clean that paint off if they can, but that's pretty exciting. I'm glad I've got some marker on her. The fact that it's yellow, I'm not really too concerned about that. The sun is on her. The bees are happy. This hive is about to get moved. All right, so she is still in there for now. I'm going to move this frame over. I'm going to put this frame back in. And then I'm going to maneuver the boxes. Those are the 10 frames back in there. I don't need the Demaree top anymore, or the split. I should say the double screen board is what I should say. I don't need the double screen board anymore. So the queen for now, I'm just going to put her there for a minute. And then I'm going to take this and put it on its side right next to me here. And I'm going to take, oof, come on girls, right. This bottom box, and it's going to be spinning around 180 degrees. $180 degrees over there. Ooh. Okay, so here is my queen in this little queen catching cage thingammy jiggy, and she got some attendants around her. I'm now going to put this back on the top and release her. I just want to make sure I can see her. Yeah, she's still got a little bit of paint on her. I can see that. Okay, let's see when she climbs out of the... She should climb right out and go right into the frames. There she goes. She's right there. She goes down into the frames and she's back in the hive. So now that's a fake swarm. These girls now believe they've swarmed, to my understanding. Okay, there's pheromone on this. I'll put that away. I'm going to put a top board on with an entrance at the rear. Entrance at the rear. And I'm going to put the top on. I put a branch at the front. There's a branch now at the front, so the front looks different. So every bee that leaves that hive now is going to have to reorientate themselves. Now this one over here, I can put these boxes back in place. Put these boxes back in place and they will receive more bees, because any foragers that are out right now will come straight here. Now I need to get another top board for these girls. I don't want the double screen board there anymore. Okay, so now I'll take the double screen board off. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to put this top inner cover in its place with the entrance at the back, which is what these girls were used to. The girls that are inside were used to a rear entrance here on the back of the hive. So they'll probably be coming to that. I mean, it's a pretty quick process. I've done this probably wrong. Maybe you guys can inform me how wrong I did it. It was literally just a matter of a few days here. Tuesday, maybe Tuesday, I think, that I separated them. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 or 6 days. I seen emergency cells in this hive. I removed swarm cells from this hive. I removed anything that resembled a swarm cell in the other hive, which has a queen. I found her and marked her. I found eggs and brood, and there's a lot of population in there. But I'm thinking a lot of those bees are going to leave that hive and probably come into this hive, which is going to populate this hive more, because the population on this is less than that half, which is kind of what I expected. So I'm hoping that I've done this and we'll have some success. I'm hoping that they don't swarm. I'm hoping that that has evaded any potential swarming tendencies. I'm going to put that back in so they have an entrance reducer. And I think that that is going to help them out tremendously. As always, I've forgotten the oil traps and Swiffer pads. I either forget to install them or I forget to take them out. Thankfully this time I didn't pour any oil on the bees, which I've done before. Now if you do that, you could kill some bees. Likely will. If you spill oil on the queen, that would be a really bad day in the apiary. So you don't want to do that. So I just keep oil in an old pill bottle, and the Swiffer pads, just your regular Swiffer pads from the hardware store. I don't even cut them. I used to cut them. I don't even bother cutting them now. So what I'm actually going to do here now is take the top back off. This branch is held in by the top cover, so that's going to fall off temporarily. I'm just going to take it off. I'm going to put these on the floor so I don't drop them and spill them. Take the top off. Already bees in there. Lots of bees. Lots of bees already. They're like, ooh, something's changed. Something's different. We just swarmed. Aren't we clever? Yes, you are. You just don't know how clever you are. You girls. So clever. All right. I'm going to put one in kitty corner to each other. Kitty corner. Because the beetles tend to be on the outside frames where where there's less can't say it. The beetles tend to be on the outside frames where there's less bees. That's what I found. They have a better chance of doing their thing with less bees around, but I don't want that to happen. Okay, so we'll put this top cover back on. We have oil traps, we have Swiffers. Now we're all set. Like I said, I'm going to hang that branch. Just there, so they can reorientate themselves. Wow, that was exciting. I'm really pleased with how it's gone so far. Hopefully everything goes well, and we've had warmer days, warmer nights, so hopefully they'll be warm enough on their own. You know that now they're separated, they don't have the warmth from the other hive. Hopefully a lot of bees from here will end up going in there, and that will keep that brood warm. And those queen cells, as long as they hatch out and we get new queens mated, there's drones around, so everything should be good. But now that's 1, 2, 3 hives I have now, so I'm super excited. I'm not going to get into this hive. Maybe I'll go next week or during the week if we get a good day and I get some time, because their numbers were less and they'll be building up now because there was a lot of brood in there. So they'll be building up this week. They might need to do, I might need to do a Demaree split on that one, maybe next weekend or the weekend after. But with any luck, we'll end up with 4 hives, which is almost where I was at entering winter with 5 hives. 4 hives is okay, I'm okay with that. Really, my wife only wants me to have 2, so I've already got 1 extra, 50% more than she wants me to have. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Really appreciate it. If you hit that bell icon, you'll hear when I get another video out. This is my way of doing things. This is not a be all and end all. If I'm doing something wrong, and there's a ton of experienced beekeepers out there. You ask 10 beekeepers, you'll get 20 answers to any question you might have. So this is just how I'm doing it. I'm trying my best. Things are generally working out for me. This is my 4th year into beekeeping, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm letting the wildflowers grow. I've got dandelions everywhere. My neighbor loves that. And I've got a bunch of other wildflowers and stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye now.